Hey guys, welcome to my channel. And I am so excited to tell you guys some things about things that I am passionate about. So, I am actually a PhD student and I am just working on my dissertation right now. For those of you who don't know, that basically means the part where I conduct original research and write basically a 200-page book to tell people about it, and then somebody approves that and I become a doctor. I am actually studying adult romantic attachment style, which maybe some of you have heard of. I feel like that's not something that comes up very often unless maybe you've read a self-help book at some point, or I don't know, gone to counseling, or you're just familiar with the field of psychology. So that is what I'm studying. I'm studying it specifically as it applies to avoidant individuals who are dating online. I thought that this would be a great platform, a great way to kind of share with everybody some of this information. I myself have YouTube the information typed in there, and I just wasn't really finding any videos that I felt were informative and kind of casual, because sometimes when information like this is presented too formally, people will get bored, or they're like, yeah, I don't need counseling, that's not for me. But that is not what this is. This is not counseling. It's not even necessarily just with a significant other. It can even be with friends or parents. I mean, I specifically kind of do it to your romantic partner, but it definitely does not have to be. It can be your friend. I mean, you're going to have different attachment styles, and a lot of people have. We got an incoming of a puppy here. So, hi, pup. Oh, hi, pup. This is Ozzy. He's a Maltese poodle. He's from the pound. He is very needy. He has clingy attachment style. I mean, I don't really know, but I feel like, yeah, he's stubborn to me. Okay, he's going to stay here. Anyway, knowing more about these attachment styles can help you with your relationships in so many ways. So I'm going to kind of break down the four main attachment styles. And you've maybe seen them like in magazines, or I mean, we've all heard of like stage 5 clinger, or, Miss Independent, Mr. Avoidant. I feel like those are things that we're familiar with, or like we all kind of talk about it, but we don't really know exactly what it means. So I'm going to kind of break down those attachment styles, and then I would love for you guys to leave your questions in the comments, and I can kind of dig into things a little bit more. The four main attachment styles are secure, anxious preoccupied, avoidant dismissive, and fearful avoidant. So when we're thinking about a secure attachment style, we're thinking about the person that doesn't really need anybody else, but they might enjoy having somebody else around. So that's the partner that is like, you can talk to them about anything. You feel like you can express your needs and concerns, and you do not have to worry. This guy. You do not have to worry about them kind of like putting the blame back on you or making you feel small for your feelings. That person is going to be somebody that you can go to and easily talk to. This person is usually like honest and open about their feelings. That's another thing. Like, they're fine with expressing how they feel. Are they going to be like super over the top about it? Probably not, but they might not have a hard time being like, hey, you did this today and that bothered me. And so they're super open in their communication and your relationship. That helps for a really strong relationship when you can come to them and they can be receptive. And it's not to say that like people who are secure in a relationship don't have issues. They definitely do. We all have issues. We're all human, right? But this person is just going to be better able to work through those. Like, they've been known to have like a higher emotional intelligence, so they are able to more easily kind of work through these problems without getting upset, without placing blame, without doing anything like that. The people with the secure attachment, they actually are typically that partner that's gonna give their partner a lot of freedom as well. So they're gonna be fine. Like, for the ladies, they're going to be fine if you go out with your girls. They're going to be fine if you go do your own thing, because they're not worried that you're not going to come back. They're not worried you're going to cheat. They are secure enough in themselves that they're like, okay, you go do what you want. I trust that at the end of the day, we're going to come back together and everything's going to be good. This person also, this is the ideal partner to have, right? Like, who wouldn't want somebody who lets you do what you want, who trusts you, doesn't question you, and who's easy to talk to? So there's not that many secure people out there. It's not the most common attachment style. The next attachment style I'm going to talk about is anxious preoccupied. So this is what we have heard as the stage 5 clinger, right? The image that immediately clicks into my mind is from Wedding Crashers, where he's like, we have a stage 5 clinger. Stage 5 clinger is that anxious preoccupied attachment style. So this person is really insecure with themselves. They have a pretty negative view of who they are. Even though they have a negative view of themselves, they actually have a positive view of everybody else. Not everybody, but most people. So, especially in a relationship, that's why you see that, like, that person's like, you're so great. Like, I'll do anything for you. I just want to love you. Like, that is that person, that stage 5 clinger, right? Because they think, like, I'm not worthy. I don't deserve these things, but you're so great. So, I'm going to do whatever is needed in order to make this happen with you. The problem with that is that most people don't appreciate that. A secure person can maybe handle it. They don't worry too much about like the needs of that person. I mean, they'll be concerned with the needs of that person, but they don't worry about that, like they can't handle the person's feelings or whatever. They're like, okay, I'm going to let this person feel what they feel, and I should be able to deal with it because I'm a strong, confident person. With the anxious, preoccupied attachment style, this person usually has a pretty like skewed idea of love. I mean, that's kind of really the person who has like seen it in movies and who has decided that that is what love is. That's a person who has decided they have romanticized love. They have this big idea of what love is, and they're so busy with that, they're not really going to be able to kind of think about what love really should be. And that's usually pretty exhausting to their partner because not a lot of people can live up to what people are seeing in the movies. This person is also attracted to people that they think either maybe they can save, like, oh, this person, they seem broken. Let me fix them. Let me show them what real love is. Or that can save them. Like they think like, oh, this person is so great. And I know I'm broken. And I know I have these issues. I want to love this person and I want this person to come fix me. They don't usually allow their partner to have a lot of freedom. This person typically can have kind of drastic mood swings that come out of nowhere. They might get upset pretty easily. They usually are pretty unstable, pretty all over the place. So this person can view unstable relationships, unhealthy, toxic relationships as passion. They find excitement in the fact that they're always trying to fix something or something's always happening in their relationship that's not always good. For some reason that appeals to them and it kind of keeps them coming back. This person is usually has a low self-esteem. So or that's kind of why they act the way that they do because they don't feel very positive about themselves and they feel like they need to go over the top in order to keep somebody or be worthy of somebody. And so, one last thing about this attachment style is that they can be really like overly dependent on their attachment figure or in this case their romantic partner. So like if you are dating somebody with an anxious preoccupied attachment style, that is the person that's like, I need you. What are we doing this week? And like I need to be with you. I only feel whole when I'm with you. You make me so happy. I need you. I need you. I need you. And they kind of can't really live independently of you. They grew up kind of without boundaries and nobody to kind of nurture their individuality. They never really learned who they are on their own. And so that's what leads them to really feel like they need somebody else to be whole. Now, stage 5 clinger might be really hard to have a relationship with, especially if you're not a secure individual. They're going to take a lot of patience, but they still are worthy of love. It doesn't mean that they're not a good person. It doesn't mean that they're too broken to love, but they might take a little more patience and learning more about your partner and their needs and being able to talk about it can be really helpful.